This is a Saberforge Gladius lightsaber. It's configured as a warrior tier saber, which just means it's a stunt saber or a lightsaber that lights up and doesn't have sound. So if we take a bit of a closer look, one thing I really like about this lightsaber in particular is this gorgeous orange blade. Okay, so on camera, this looks a little bit yellow, especially right here, kind of near the lightsaber itself. But you know, in person, it's really more of a safety orange, kind of a construction worker orange, but really bright, really vibrant. I like it a lot, especially, you know, that's a bit less common of a color for a lightsaber. Other than that, you know, this overall hilt, it's primarily metallic silver. It's got some black accents to it, and then we have this cool kind of accent from the leather grip section, or I think it's maybe faux leather. At any rate, it's this brown wrap section, and really cool. So I do like that feature as well. Now, if we start at the top of the lightsaber, well, first of all, we have to talk about the emitter, certainly. So it sort of has this domed shape to it. It's very, you know, it's flared out from the diameter of the rest of the hilt. And this flared emitter is balanced with a flared pommel that kind of complements it in terms of its design. If we move down the hilt, we have these two kind of deeper grooves right here. And they have some black coloring to them. And then within these kind of bigger grooves are some additional smaller grooves. So that adds some kind of nice visual cues to the hilt design as well. Moving down, we have this large section of metallic silver coloring. And then in the activation switch area, well, the activation switch is recessed. So that's nice, kind of protects the activation switch, and it makes it a little less likely that you would accidentally bump it. So that's pretty cool. Below that, we have another kind of taper in the design. It makes it easy to kind of hold on to the lightsaber right here. So, and it has these similar kind of like teeny tiny grooves within this larger kind of dip in the diameter. So these sections are the kind of thinnest parts of the lightsaber hilt. Finally, we get to this, wrap section. We have this brown coloring. I think it might be dark brown. So I was trying to figure it out. It's either brown or dark brown. But yeah, it's really cool. It adds this different kind of color to the hilt. And it almost makes me think a bit of like, you know, some of that leather armor you'll see from kind of older times. So that's what it makes me think of anyway. Although Saberforge certainly has all sorts of different color options and texture options for the leather wrap as well. And then finally we get to the pommel. So at first it looks like, you know, this whole section with the silver and black would be the removable pommel, but it's actually just this little piece at the bottom. So this is the removable part. We do have the cover tech wheel over here as well. So there's actually quite a bit of threading to that. And then we should be able to, there's this like Velcro piece, and then we can access the battery pack. So let's put that away again. I think that's just about it, though, you guys. Last thing, I guess, would be about the name. So it's called the Saberforge Gladius, and Gladius is actually the name of a sword, kind of the sword of the Roman foot soldiers. So it has that kind of historical reference there. So this has been a look at a Saberforge Gladius. This is a slightly older style. There are a few kind of subtle design differences, but the overall look of this hilt is the same, you know, even with these newer lightsabers. So here it is, you guys.